If you recite these words immediately after the Fajr prayer, your house will be filled with sustenance, not slowly, not randomly, but in a way that doesn't stop. This is not a motivational sentence. This is a warning most people ignore. Because millions pray Fajr, but only a few protect what comes right after. Right after Fajr, your tongue becomes dangerous. One wrong sentence can undo what you just prayed for. One careless complaint can block what was written for you that morning. And most people do exactly that. They finish Fajr and immediately say, "I'm stressed. I'm broke. I don't know how I'll survive today." And then they wonder why their house feels tight. Why money comes and disappears. Why effort increases but results don't. Understand this clearly. The minutes after Fajr are not ordinary minutes. That time is when your heart is clean. Your connection is fresh. Your words carry weight. What you say in that moment doesn't just express your feelings. It sets the direction of your sustenance. Some people speak fear before sunrise and spend the entire day chasing relief. Others speak certainty and trust and find ease following them without effort. Same prayer, same morning, different words. Sustenance is not only money, it is peace in the home, stability, unexpected help, calm decisions. Opportunities arriving at the right time. And all of that can be influenced by what you say immediately after Fajr. This is why two homes can look identical from the outside, but feel completely different inside. One is always worried, always rushing, always struggling. The other feels protected, even when challenges exist. The difference is not luck. The difference is what was spoken first. Today, I'm not going to overwhelm you. I'm not giving long routines. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do after Fajr. Simple words, spoken intentionally, that invite sustenance instead of blocking it. Do not underestimate this. Because what you say after Fajr often decides what follows your house for the rest of the day. Stay with me. The biggest mistake people make after Fajr is not what they don't say, it's what they do say. They finish prayer, stand up, and immediately speak fear into the day. I'm already late. I'm stressed. I don't know how I'll manage today. I have too many problems. And without realizing it, they turn their mourning into a declaration of lack. Words are not harmless. They shape how the heart feels, how the mind thinks, and how the day unfolds. When fear is spoken first, the heart tightens. A tight heart makes rush decisions. Rush decisions create mistakes. Mistakes invite more stress. And then people say, everything went wrong today. But the truth is, the direction was set early. Right after Fajr, your heart is in a sensitive state. You just stood before God. You just humbled yourself. You just disconnected from the world. That moment is powerful, and power can either be protected or wasted. Another mistake people make is rushing away from that moment. They don't pause. They don't sit. They don't reflect. They grab their phone. They scroll. They flood their mind with noise. And when the heart is overwhelmed that early, clarity disappears. Then there is complaining. Complaining about money. Complaining about work. Complaining about people. Complaining feels natural, but it trains the heart to expect shortage. And a heart trained to expect shortage will notice every problem and ignore every blessing. This is why some people say, I work hard, but nothing sticks. Because sustenance is not just about effort. It's also about what the heart is prepared to receive. If the heart is busy with worry, it cannot recognize ease when it arrives. The mistake is not lack of faith. It's lack of awareness. People don't realize that what they say after Fajr is like writing the first sentence of the day. And once the first sentence is written, everything that follows tries to match it. That's why protecting the minutes after Fajr is not optional, it's essential. Because what you protect in the morning protects you for the rest of the day. Now let's talk about why this works. Why words spoken after Fajr matter more than words spoken at any other time of the day. After Fajr, your heart is calm, your mind is quiet, your soul is awake. This is the moment before the world takes over, and whatever fills the heart first becomes the foundation for everything else. Think about it this way. If fear enters first, everything that comes after feels heavy. If trust enters first, even difficulties feel manageable. This is not theory, this is how the human heart works. When you speak words of trust after Fajr, your nervous system calms, your thinking becomes clearer, your reactions slow down, and clarity leads to better decisions. Better decisions lead to better outcomes. That is how sustenance flows, often quietly, often unexpectedly. Many people think sustenance is only money, but sustenance includes peace in the home, protection from unnecessary problems, calm during pressure, help arriving at the right time, opportunities you didn't plan for, and all of this begins with alignment. Alignment happens when your words, heart, and expectations match. Right after Fajr, alignment is easiest, because you are not yet influenced by the world's noise. This is why early mornings have always been linked to provision, not because of superstition, but because the heart is most receptive then. When someone consistently speaks the right words after Fajr, their heart learns to trust. And a trusting heart is not desperate. It is patient. It is steady. And steadiness attracts provision in ways panic never can. This is why two people can face the same challenge, but one breaks down while the other finds a way through. Same situation, different inner state, and that inner state is shaped by what is spoken at the beginning of the day. In the next section, I will show you exactly what to say after Fajr. Simple words, easy to remember, that protect your heart and invite sustenance into your home. Stay with me. Now let's be very clear about what you should actually do after Fajr. Not theory, not long routines. Something real you can stick to every day. Right after Fajr, don't rush. Don't jump up immediately. Don't grab your phone. Don't start talking to people. Sit for just a moment. Because this moment is not random. It's the most unguarded moment of your heart all day. This is when your words matter the most. The first thing you need to understand is this. You don't need long speeches. You don't need fancy language. You need intention and consistency. After Fajr, speak words that declare trust, not fear. Instead of saying, I don't know how today will go, you train yourself to speak certainty. Instead of starting your day with stress, you start it with alignment. When you do this consistently, something shifts. You become calmer, your reactions slow down. You stop making panic decisions. And here's what most people miss. Calm people notice opportunities. Panicked people miss them. That alone changes outcomes. This is why some people say, things just worked out today, while others say, everything went wrong. It's not luck, it's how the day started. After Fajr, keep your words intentional. Speak slowly. Speak with awareness. Even one sentence, said with conviction, is better than 10 rushed phrases. And once you finish, stay quiet for a minute. Let your heart settle. Let your breathing slow. Let the intention sink in. That silence is not emptiness, it's alignment. Then get up and move into your day. Not anxious, not rushed, but grounded. When you do this daily, you're not just hoping for sustenance. You're creating the inner state that can actually receive it. Because sustenance doesn't just arrive. It flows to where there is space, and this practice creates that space. Now listen carefully, because this part matters. Doing the right thing after Fajr once or twice will not change much. Consistency is everything. Most people try something for 2 days, then forget it. They go back to complaining, back to rushing, back to fear, and then they say, it didn't work. But sustenance doesn't respond to experiments, it responds to discipline. Another mistake people make is turning this into superstition. They think, if I say the words, I'm guaranteed money. That mindset is dangerous. This is not a shortcut. This is not a deal. This is alignment. You are not forcing outcomes. You are preparing your heart. And a prepared heart responds better to opportunities, challenges, and timing. Also understand this. Speaking the right words after Fajr doesn't replace effort. You still work. You still show up. You still make responsible choices. But now, you're doing it from clarity, not panic. Another warnings. Don't cancel your morning with negative talk later. If you start the day right, then spend the rest of it complaining. You undo the alignment. Words matter all day, but they matter most at the beginning. Protect your morning. Protect that first statement. Because once the direction is set, everything else follows it. This is why people who guard their mornings often feel protected all day. Even when problems appear, they don't spiral. They adapt. They respond. They find a way. And that's what sustenance really looks like. Not endless money, but steady flow, timely help, and peace inside the home. In the next and final section, I'll help you lock this habit in and turn it into something you don't forget. Now, this is the part you've been waiting for. These are the words you say immediately after Fajr. Not while rushing, not while distracted, but while sitting calmly, with awareness. First, understand this clearly. These words are not about forcing results. They are about declaring trust at the very beginning of your day. Right after Fajr, sit still for a moment. Take a breath. Then say these words with presence, not speed. Begin with gratitude. Acknowledge that you woke up, that you prayed, that you were given another day. Then recite this dua. This dua is powerful because it asks for sufficiency, clarity, and independence from anxiety. After that, say, these words anchor your heart. They shift your mindset from panic to trust. Then sit quietly for a few seconds. Don't rush away. Let the meaning settle. You are not asking for luxury. You are asking for enough, and enough, when consistent, becomes abundance. Now understand something important. You don't need to repeat this loudly. You don't need to repeat it many times. Once, said with sincerity, is enough. Consistency matters more than repetition. If you do this daily, something changes. You stop starting your mornings with fear. You stop programming your mind for lack. You stop carrying anxiety into your work, your home, your conversations. And slowly, very slowly, you begin to notice ease where there used to be pressure. This is not magic. This is alignment. You are aligning your heart before the world touches it. And when the heart is aligned, provision flows more smoothly, sometimes as money, sometimes as protection, sometimes as peace. Make this your habit, not for a day, not for a week, but as part of who you are. Because what you say after Fajr often decides what follows you for the rest of the day. And when the beginning is protected, the rest becomes lighter.